Hello everyone, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. Today we will be taking my first look at the Thames Valley Branches route, newly released by Incredible Trains. And does it live up to the hype, or is it a disappointment? Well, we'll see. I'm recording this on PC, by the way, so yeah. Consoles will definitely have a different will definitely perform differently compared to how my PC runs it. Anyway, so let's have a look at the route. So if we go down, we find Thames branch lines. So there are 3 different kinds of trains you can play with. The main train included with the route is the GWER Class 165, specifically the 2-car version. This gets 274 services, and this does all of the branch line services. There's no 3-car services as far as I know. And I know this one says Class 166, but I'll explain that in a minute. So if we have a look at this, yeah, they're basically all guardable apart from a couple of siding moves. And yeah, they're mostly full branch runs, with the Marlow branch being slightly different because that's just the way it works. I'll explain. Basically, during off-peak times, services from Maidenhead go directly to Marlow and vice versa, but during peak times, there are 2 trains on the branch line, one doing Marlow to Bourne End, and the other doing Bourne End to Maidenhead. And the reason for that is so that the service can have the branch line, can have a half-hourly service. And I don't believe there are any through services to London. No, there are not. But other than that, there are, basically the AI at Slough, Maidenhead, and Twyford are supposed to line up with the Great Western Express. So theoretically, you could do a service on the branch line. Say you want to go on the Marlow branch line, you go Marlow to Maidenhead, you then route hop to the Great Western Express Remastered, and then continue the run through to Paddington. This route is, I believe, set in 2016, 2017, before the route's electrification was completed, so it's diesel services. Also, you can drive the first Great Western and GWER versions of the Class 165 from Great Western Express. I'm a bit annoyed that this layers in. And I'll be honest why, because this version of the Class 165, while on the outside looks pretty, borderline identical to the 165 that you get from this route, it isn't. Basically, this 165 just has had one carriage chopped off the 166, and then the 2 end carriages slammed together with no interior changes or prototypicality changes. So while on the outside it looks like a 165, on the inside it's completely inaccurate. And yeah, I don't mind driving from the outside. I don't mind it, but I'm a bit annoyed that it layers onto this route. It should just be this more prototypical 165 that you get from this route, but hey ho, I don't make those decisions. Next up, you might be surprised. I was definitely surprised when this turned up. This is the Class 37/5 in Rail Freight Grey from the infamously bad West Cornwall local route by Rivet Games. And this thing runs a rail tour on the route. So basically it goes, Maidenhead to Maidenhead, Twyford to Twyford, Slough to Slough, Maidenhead to Bourne End to Maidenhead, and then a couple of siding moves. This is representing a rail tour, a fictional rail tour, because they normally, if any rail tours do go up these branch lines, they do so at night. So these services in daylight from 12:35 to 14:08 are technically fictional, which is a bit annoying. But this service does not only requires the West Cornwall local, but also requires the West Somerset Railway because it uses the WSR Mark I coaches. And yeah, that's basically it. So in order to get a full timetable on this route, all you need are the route itself, obviously, Great Western Express Remaster, West Cornwall Local, and the West Somerset Railway, which is a pretty small list of required DLC. But if we go into the layer list, you will find this thing, marked Class 70 Engineering Services. And you'll be like, wait a minute, we don't have a Class 70 in the game yet. And you'd be right. This route comes with pre-activated layering for the All Aboard Studios Class 70 that's supposedly coming within the next month or so. And it will run engineering services up the Marlow branch? But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Also, there's a static Class 20 at Slough. Don't ask me why. Which requires the Tees Valley line. So add that to the list. Well, actually no, the Class 20 is its own DLC. So that doesn't call on the Tees Valley. But if we go up to the Great Western Express, and if we go in the original 2016 timetable, okay, yeah, that's just a 166, so it doesn't layer here, but if we go to the 2017 timetable, which is the good one, we can actually, the 2-car 165 from this route automatically layers in for some appropriate services. So that's quite nice. So yeah, enough waffle. Thames Valley. Yeah. And I'll explain why I was so hyped for this route in the first place. So we're hopping in the 165 and we're taking 2 Bravo 44 Maidenhead to Marlow. And let's jump in. Right, everyone, here we are at Maidenhead at Platform 5, ready to take this Class 165 up to Marlow. And the reason I was so excited for this route is because this route is more personally special to me than any other route in the UK. Whenever I come to the UK, I stay in Marlow. I'm not joking. Every time I've been in the UK, a significant chunk of my life, I've been in Marlow. And whenever I go into London, whenever I go anywhere else, I usually take the Marlow branch, which is, like, you have no idea how personally special this route is to me. And while Maidenhead may have changed, the destination displays have changed, electrification has come in and the Elizabeth line is running, that is doing nothing to distract me from how personally special this is. Also, there has been a change at Maidenhead. The clock tower is in, and we now have appropriately unlicensed hotels over there. And, like, yeah. Also, on a more serious note, I should say, I haven't run this route before. This is literally my first time booting this up. So it hasn't been cached. The shaders haven't been cached properly yet. So there may be some more stuttering than usual. And I'm also running custom.ini file changes. Also, that's a big, ugly patch of scenery. Why is this completely bare? That's interesting. Okay. Other than that, it looks... Okay, that's some pretty meh-looking scenery. That's not good. Yeah. So far, scenery doesn't look the best. That big, ugly patch of scenery doesn't look particularly good. If I was in the cab, I wouldn't see that, but because I'm looking for this kind of thing, yeah, that doesn't look particularly good. So, anyway, enough waffle. Let's get in the unit. Flat 60 FPS. That's pretty good. Can I use my... Oh, still can't use the keybind to activate the DRA. That's not particularly good. Got this woman in the cab with us. Destination display is already appropriately set. I'll turn off the thing for now. Oh, also I need to get the safeties on. this route is compatible with temporary speed restrictions and all that. These lights now work properly. These lights now work properly. Also, we need to head off to a shed over here because Johannes has actually implemented something pretty dang cool. There's a route hop marker to GWE. If we just open this door here, behold the token system. That was a weird stutter. Okay, the door animation is a bit weird, but it does the job. So, how on earth... I don't know how on earth this system works. That's okay, token number 2. Okay, we have the token to go onto the Marlow branch. I think that's how that works. So yeah. Also, if we have a look at the map, yeah, this route isn't split into 3 parts. It all loads in. So Windsor branch is loaded in and Henley branch is loaded in, despite the fact we'll never see any of it. So that's a bit of a point against this, also against this route, because it could be a bit better on the memory management front. There goes an HST. Got a First Great Western 165 over there. We can also open the cab windows now, which is pretty cool, and it changes the sounds as well. Oh, turn the DRA on for a green signal. And instrument lights on, please. Yeah, having openable windows is actually pretty cool. Next stop, First Plat. Oh man, you have no idea how excited I am to finally go onto the Marlow branch after all this time of playing Train Sim. Alright. Alright, shut the window. So yeah, one point in this route's favour, from what I've seen of it, is that the trackside scenery seems pretty good. There are birds on the track that, you know, flit around when the train gets close, and there's also animated rowing boats and speed boats. And genuinely, apart from a few weird patches, the scenery looks pretty good. Okay, that bit didn't look... Okay, that bit doesn't look particularly good. And rest assured, I will be making a full review on this route from my own brutally honest perspective, and I'm not affiliated with Dovetail Games in any respect at all. So just saying that, just to get that out of the way. Yeah, there's some weird patches with how the scenery looks. Like, the foliage is okay, but the ground texturing itself looks very odd, if you know what I mean. Okay, that bridge from a distance looked very jagged, but now that we've gotten close to it, that looks fine. Yeah, like, finally getting to go onto the Marlow branch. And this is what I'll be genuinely honest here. This foliage is amazing. It totally captures the look of the foliage. On this line. Oh, that's a big bulb patch there. Oh, I forgot to turn my headlights on. Whoops. Good thing I caught that. Like, it feels like at times like you're in a foliage tunnel, even with branches scraping down the side of the train, and Johannes has pretty well captured that, I have to say. Yeah. I have to say though, the terrain looks weird, and I'm not joking when I say that. The foliage is beautiful, but the terrain looks sus. I just can't put my finger on why it looks so weird. 900 yards to First Plat, and we have a 10-mile-an-hour limit. So, actually no, keep it in full throttle for as long as possible. We do have a crossing coming up, so right, let's start getting...
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Also, there is something else I would like to point out. There are announcements on this rail line that say, change here for the Thames Path National Trail, and at Bourne End they say, change here for buses to High Wycombe, which leave from the front of the station. Unfortunately, none of those change here announcements have been implemented, but to be fair, that isn't Johannes' fault. That is because of the default announcement system just being a bit, just not allowing for those kinds of announcements. Yeah. Also, I do want to point out another detail. Whoops. Parallax interiors. So yeah, the interiors now look three-dimensional, which is pretty cool. Like, this route has so many innovations. Like, I just wish the terrain looked... yeah, I think my biggest bugbear so far is the terrain. Right, brake. Bit of an overshoot, but we're good. First plat. Are any of you Muppets going to get on the train? Yeah, this route... we're running a little bit late, but hey. This is our first look. Station building looks pretty decent. Railway crossing also well, level crossing I should say, also looks pretty decent. Yeah. It's so surreal to finally be able to drive on this branch line. Genuinely. Next stop, Cookham. We're running a little bit late, 1.5 miles to go.
The next station is Cookham. This is a Great Western Railway service to Marlow.
I thought it said Malvern there for a second, but then I realised it's Marlow. Also, look at all the details in the back gardens. That looks pretty nice, I have to say. Also, we have heat haze and proper exhaust effects. But, to be fair, those were implemented in the Great Western Express Remaster, so they're not exactly quote-unquote new. I just think they're glad. Ooh, birds! I feel like Sully when he said, in the film... Well, yeah, in the film Sully, when Tom Hanks says, whoa, when the co-pilot says birds, and then Tom Hanks says, whoa, and then his plane gets hit by a bunch of Canadian geese. But, hey, I'm not, okay. Yeah. 50 mile an hour, how's the route performing so far? 55 FPS, with very few stutters. So far, a tick for the route's performance. I can't say the same on console, because my buddy, who is on PlayStation 5, has been reporting some serious issues with crashing, especially around Maidenhead, which I'll probably get into my review. There's a GSMR mast. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, remember, this route, I'm running this route for the first time, so... it definitely, the performance definitely gets hit more when on, yeah. But so far, apart from a few terrain issues, like, this is capturing, like, the feel. It captures the ambiance and the feel. I feel like Johannes has managed to capture lightning in a jar, if you know what I mean. He's managed to capture the feel of this route, despite a few issues with the terrain. He's managed to capture the ambiance of this route pretty dang well, and do it while not murdering the performance, which I'm always happy for. And plus, it provides something different. Like, three separate branch lines. Yeah. Also, the timetable seems pretty tight. I don't know if that's realistic, but yeah, I don't know if it's this tight IRL, but hey. Okay, so what does this sign say? I'm not too familiar with operations on this line from the driver's cab perspective. Wait for white light and whistle before proceeding. Yeah, 165127, I think I might have actually ridden on this unit, now that I'm thinking about it. It is a regular on this line. No! No! I just opened the left-hand doors rather than closing both of them. Alright. Full throttle. Yeah. Like, yeah, the performance is pretty good, I have to say. Like, 57 FPS? Like,
The next station
wow!
is Bourne End.
It's
This is
very...
the Great Western
Okay,
Railway
next stop,
service
Bourne
to
End. And I've tried... There is going to be a rail tour at Bourne End, just slight spoiler. Because I did want to see that in action, so I chose a service that would have the rail tour. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just spotted something from the cab. Huh. That doesn't look particularly good. I'll let you form your own. Okay, wait a minute. Whoa! What on earth is going on here? Why are these trees leaning in an angle? Why is this whole patch of terrain bare? Okay. Yeah. Oh, and for some reason the train froze, but we're back in action. Yeah, I think my biggest bugbear so far is the terrain. This is, quite frankly, Rivet Games' standard of quality terrain. I'll be brutally honest so far. Like, the terrain being sus, foliage not blended incorrectly at times. This feels like a Rivet Games scenery, I'll be honest. But the foliage detail, to be fair, is far surpassing Rivet Games. Yeah. Also, I believe there's a golf course off here on the left. And there's actually... Yeah, here we go. And there's actually animated sprinklers in the summer months at the golf course. Okay, so there's a 15 warning board. And we do have to be careful when approaching a terminating station. And we're also on a pretty steep downhill section. Yeah, there we go. 1.5% downhill, right. We have to be careful because TPWS trips at 8 miles an hour, not the usual 15 at terminating stations, so we have to be careful. The birds are a nice touch, I have to say. That looks pretty cool. Coming into Bourne End. Oh my word. I never thought I'd see the day where we could actually go on this branch line. Like... anyway. Yeah. I think I cut the brakes at too early.
Please mind the gap between
Right.
the
We're
train
going to have to
and
change
the
into Bourne End and
stepping down from the train.
yeah. Okay, the ivy looks a bit weird as it's only two-dimensional. Here's the bridge across the River Thames at Bourne End. Oh yeah. Would you look at that? That is gorgeous. I can't tell you how many times I've ridden across this bridge in real life. Like, wow. Oh, there's the rail tour, as expected. Very nice. Yeah. Just waiting for us to come through. It's good. It's hard to keep to time on this branch line. I think I'll have to do some practice runs. Oh boy. Right, slow down to below 8 miles an hour before that TPWS loop. There we go. Yeah. So the reason Bourne End is shaped in this weird way is because the line continued past Bourne End into High Wycombe on the Chiltern Main Line. But that was closed in 1970, and you can still drive that if you download the old UKTS route, which had that. Pretty decent stop. Right.
Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors closes. This
Right.
is a Great Western Railway service to Marlow. The
Right.
next
Shut
station
the...
is Marlow.
Right. Safety's off. Right. Is there anything else I need to do? Gauge dimmer off. I think, switch you off. Confirm. And we go via the outside. We're here for a few minutes, so no need to rush. It's so weird being here in-game and yeah. I was actually stranded in Bourne End once because this set of points failed in warm weather. So yeah, I'm open that seat. Shut that door. Set the train up. We have red signals, so DRA. Day, headlight, U, and AWS. And gauge dimmer. And GSMR. I'm glad it's so easy to set up at 165, otherwise this would be pretty annoying. Do have to go get the token real quick. Take token or from staff. Wait a minute. That should be obtain token from staff before proceeding. It says or. Oh no. I think Johannes is yeah. Yeah, because English isn't his native language, I think he's having trouble. Anyway, so staff. No, I want you on. Oh, donkey. Oh, that's one of the collectibles. Token on. I want cancel route, Marlow, and I think off, shut you, and we should have a clearance signal now. Oh, okay, I thought that was a gap in the world. It wasn't. Alright. I think... Wait a minute, have we got... Okay, we've got 1 minute. Come on, come on, come on. Token on... Oh, staff, hang on. Staff on... Marlow... Token off. Oh, I have to keep the token on. Okay. Yeah, I've never used this system before, so it's a bit odd for me. Still red. I'll try using... Maybe I have to wait until after the signal clears. Shut you. Yeah, now we can continue on to Marlow. Yeah. I wish it didn't use the West Cornwall local 37s. These things are so bad. Like, the domino head box is far too high. Alright. Alright, let's see. Did you work? Are you going to work for me, buddy? Wait for signal to change. Have I broken something? I hope not. Or is it? Nope. Okay. It changed.
The next station is Marlow. This is a Great Western Railway service to Marlow.
Oh. Reverser's in forward. Why aren't we moving? What? But have I done something stupid, like forgot to turn off the master key? I probably have, haven't I? Great first look video, I have to say. Yep, I did. Arg! Now we're definitely getting to Marlow late. That's really annoying. Yep, that was the problem. Sorry about this. Normally I'm much more competent at driving these units. I think it's just because I'm overexcited. So yeah. We do also note the 10 limit on the track monitor. That is for a manually operated level crossing coming up that we do have to be careful for. Wouldn't it be cool if one of the faults was that that crossing could be left open, blocking the train by accident? That would actually be really cool if we could actually have that. But yeah, I suppose that really hard to integrate with the normal system. Yeah. So yeah, we're currently moving through like the Bourne End Marina. So we do have to be a little bit careful. Suspension a bit jiggly, but hey. So yeah, we do have this weird juxtaposition. We go up to 40 and then get a 10 warning at the same time, which is interesting. Okay, so here's the Bourne End Marina on the left. just want to highlight this a little bit because I'm very happy with how this turned out. This little bridge here, the houses, the lifeboat rings. There's also boats on the river. Can we see any rowboats from here? Because that's one thing Johannes implemented was actual rowboats, because that's the reason Johannes made this route in the first place. Is because he's a fan of rowing and oh, hello. Ah, you old Thames Valley resident, you. Swan. Classic Swan. Alright. Yeah, you do have to thrash these units in order to stay on time. Pedestrian crossing. Yeah, so we're currently trundling along the Bourne End Marina. Proper road signage is also something that Johannes added. Oh, birds. Notch 2 on the brakes. Let's see if that does it fast enough. Yes, thank you. I know. Oh yeah, that's more than fast enough. Yeah. We're going to be late to Marlow, but this is my first look video. I'm going to give myself some slack if I'm being honest. Yeah. And we'll do, before we go on to the next branch line, I do want to, oh yeah, that 10 sign not having a circle around it means that as soon as we hit this crossing here, we can go up to 40, though that isn't implemented in the game. We have to go past the crossing anyway. So yeah, this is a manually operated, I believe it's electric with push buttons in real life. Though, yeah, don't quote me on that. Yeah, it's hard to keep the time on this little line. Alright, and come on. Yeah, this is my personal favourite section of track in Britain. Paralleling the Thames River with all the houses on one side and the Thames Path. It's just a beautiful little stretch of line. Also note the Marlow sewage works on the right hand side here. That's a containment pond, though yeah, there aren't any bad smells emanating from it in real life before you ask. Yeah, we're going to have to sound the horn for a pedestrian crossing. Yeah, I've actually used this, though this is a bit far away for a walk, I've actually used this upcoming pedestrian level crossing to go to the Queen's Head pub in Little Marlow. I think that was 10 years ago though, so yeah, here's the crossing. So the Queen's Head pub is off to the right about a mile away, which is pretty cool. Like, yeah, we're getting into areas I know like the back of my hand. And we're doing it at 55 FPS. This route is superb on the performance. Much better than Mild May. I actually tried Mild May. Went out of Stratford with a 378, 5 minutes later refunded it because it was genuinely, it was that bad. The performance was like 20 FPS with trains everywhere. So yeah, I suppose less trains means more beautiful scenery, and I must say Johannes has not disappointed with this particular section of scenery. This is the section that I was most worried about because it's the one that I know the most. And I must say, like, oh my word. Wow. Just simply wow. Like, yeah, we have a bit of a forest up here. There's normally some cows in this field. Like, oh man. Seeing areas which I know so well in the game is just surreal. Like, genuinely. And I've wanted the Marlow branch in the game for ages. Yeah, that bit of scenery over there looks a bit weird. Hang on. To go over there does... Oh, okay. Johannes, please fix that. That looks terrible and is easily visible from the cab. There is the Marlow Rugby Club coming up on the left-hand side here. We do have an AWS magnet, as expected. So yeah, I'll go in external view for a bit. There's a trailer park on the... I don't know actually what that is. I've never been in this particular area before. So yeah, it's a 25 limit approaching Marlow. There's a little bit of a parking lot here. Then we cross under the bypass road, A404. Got a parking lot off to the right.
We are now approaching Marlow, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway.
Ooh!
We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
Safe and pleasant onward journey. How many times have I heard that? A lot, actually. So yeah, we're currently coming into this... So yeah, the Marlow station is in between houses on the left and an industrial park on the right. So yeah. Oh my word. Seeing Marlow station in the... My word. Yeah. We're only slightly late. Nice. So yeah. Come on, buddy. Alright. TPWS has safely not been tripped. Yeah, here we are, Marlow. I'm literally recording this about 3 miles away. From this right now. That's hilarious. Okay. Basically have to kiss the buffers, but yeah. Bit of an early stop, but hey-ho. Tail lights. Gauge dimmer off. Firm deregister on. Fold that seat up. Lock the doors. I will be getting out, so... I do want to give you a little personal tour of the Marlow area. We got a platinum medal, no points lost speeding. Nice. Return to free roam, please. I don't want to unlock the doors. So yeah. Let's just fast travel real quick. Wait, it didn't give me... Hang on. I'll try fast traveling to Bourne End. Wait a minute. Marlow... Oh, that's a scenario we could go to. Okay, I didn't know that. Try fast traveling to Bourne End and see if that cancels the route. I don't want to... Oh, it's not letting me give up the train. Oh, well. And fast travel back. Sorry about this. I thought it would actually work. Okay, we're just going to leave you where you are. So, first, we're going to start from the end and work our way down. This route, this has changed a little bit. Oh, hello, what are you? Oh, it's one of the crown collectibles from, yeah, like each of the collectibles. So, yeah. We're starting off at this end. Normally, you can only go about as far as this pole right here in real life, but yeah. This road here has been extended a little bit further, and there's a new building right here. Okay. Okay, the AI has taken it over. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, this road has been extended a little bit. These benches, since this route is set 10 years ago, I don't know if these benches were here or not. I'll have to find some reference pictures. These security cameras, I think, are there. This sign is... Where is the sign? I think this sign might be up here, around here where I'm standing in real life today, instead of here. I'll have to find some reference footage. Let's just watch the Marlow donkey depart. That's what the service is called. You gonna go, buddy? Or are you just gonna sit there? Okay, you're just gonna sit there. Nope, never mind, off he goes. Yeah, it's straight up to 25 miles an hour. From here. Here it goes back to Bourne End. So, yeah. this waiting area is realistic. I think the colors might be slightly different, and this bench is in the correct position. Ticket machine and shelter are all in the correct position as far as I can tell. Buffer in real life has some red lights on it, but hey, it'll do. It's just a normal buffer model. Electrical boxes right here are also realistic. This waiting area is a bit off color-wise, but I don't know. Yeah, again, it's 10 years ago. I don't know whether it's realistic or not. Maybe its colors changed. Yeah, but having a bench in here, we can't go in. Come on. Okay, that's a bit stupid that we can't go in this little shelter here. Normally, there's normally a poster here from the Marlow to Maidenhead Passengers Association with the latest news. These foliage here are perfectly realistic. This machine is here. There's also a parcel drop off right here in real life today. Bicycle shelter is realistic. Another route map. So yeah, what is this? I believe this is some kind of office building in real life. What does it say on the door? Automatic door. Okay. So yeah, this is the station approach road. As I said, it's been extended a little further today. Yeah, I've probably more than anyone else, bar Johannes himself, know how realistic this actually is. Textures on that building look a bit naff, I'll be honest. Very blurry. Not entirely sure why that is. Another collectible. My word, they're thick on the ground. This car is glitched slightly in the ground. The fence is realistic. Building is placed correctly. Fence is placed correctly. Sidewalk is on the correct side of the road. And then this road down here goes to this, what is called in the game, Bolt Fast. But is actually a Screwfix warehouse in real life. Oh, sorry about that, mate. Just get out of your way. Yeah. Traffic absolutely careening down this road without a second thought for their pedestrians. Fair enough. Also, Johannes, you could have hidden that NPC spawn point a little bit better than that, I'll be honest. But hey. Double yellow lines look realistic. This is a GP practice, I believe. And that's all placed correctly. There's houses on either side of the road. Why is this a factory? In real life, I think it's like businesses on top, parking on the bottom. That's not realistic for that to be a solid building. That's annoying. Having houses here, on the other hand, completely realistic. And I'm not even joking. These houses look perfect. These cars are glitched slightly in the ground. So if we come up here, another crown collectible. There's a little thing here with like a little garden. Unfortunately, there aren't many flowers here. I wish there were. We've got a telephone box here, which I believe in real life now is a defibrillator post. It's not used as a telephone box anymore. And then we come to... So yeah, here's the road coming down from like the Marlow lock area. That's station approach here. So this is Station Road coming in from the High Street. Glade Road here. If I have to say anything, Glade Road is a bit narrower than it is in real life, though that church is perfectly placed. Sorry about that, gents, I'll just get out of your way. And now we come to what is possibly my favourite bit. The Marlow Donkey Pub. This is the pub that this is the pub named after the service on the line. And I'm not joking when I say this. All of these posters, like a very warm welcome from Andy and the team, like that's spot on. That's realistic. Oh, there's a donkey collectible. Hello. Another donkey collectible. Yeah, watch live sport here. These posters are 100% realistic, and I'm like genuinely when I say that. Unfortunately, we can't go too far down Station Road. It's a bit of a shame, but we do have the iconic thingamajig, the sign. Actually, I want to find out how far can we actually go down Station Road. So this parking lot on the left is realistic. Oh, it doesn't look like we could go too far before the scenery goes. So yeah. Oh, that's a bit of a shame that we don't get any of the high street, but I can totally understand why. Yeah. Oh, you can actually see the Henley branch scenery in the distance. That's pretty funny. So I believe this is... What is this? There's a little road down here. I believe it's called Court Garden. And yeah, that's as far as the scenery goes. Ah, well. That's a bit of a shame that we can't go too far toward the high street, but what is there is, like, far more than I would have expected. But anyway, that's enough of the Marlow branch. You've probably wanted to stop waffling for a good while now. So, yeah. But next up, we will try out the Windsor branch and do a round trip on the Windsor branch, since that only takes 20 minutes. Right, everyone, here we are at Slough, ready to take the little Windsor runner down to Windsor and Eton Central. Also, note the presence of this static class 20 and it's the Tees Valley 20, not the Crewe Preston class 20. So that's a bit interesting. Anyway, ooh, hello shed. So yeah, Slough's basically unchanged. We've got some more realistic looking roads, and we also have some better signage. I can confirm, as I've been on the Windsor branch, this sign is realistic. This is also a one-way road, so cars running in just one direction is totally fine. This bus is, yeah, does the job. Also, note the presence of emergency vehicles. This police van, for instance. Anyway, enough waffle, let's get started. So yeah, this service is 2 Whiskey 08, if you're wondering. Bless you. If you heard the sneeze in the back. Headlights on. Bam, bam, and boosh. Sprint lights on. GSM up. Boop. And I believe we're good. So yeah, this branch line is quite interesting, as there's no what is it? There's no intermediate stops, and it only takes 20 minutes to complete a run. Is it? Yeah, this is the Tees Valley 20. Yeah, this is the Tees Valley 20. But yeah, having the potential to route hop between all of them is pretty good. Also, we should have, before I forget, we should have a look at the interior. Luggage rack, proper GWER posters, seating, blah blah. GWER route map, that's realistic. If anything, the interior is a lot cleaner in game than it is in real life. Okay, that button doesn't work. That's realistic. Unrealistic, I should say. Can't go in the toilet. That's a bit of a shame, but hey, I'm not too surprised we can't go in the toilet. There's only one train which you can go in the toilet at the moment, and that's the two Southeastern 375s that we get with the Medway Valley line. Struggle to think about that for a second. We also have this shed over here with only 4 JNAs on the back. No DRA necessary. Next stop on our run, Windsor and Eton Central in 2 miles. Yeah, route is all still running very well, 55 FPS. HST, very nice. Yeah. Having service compatibility with Great Western Express is just such a cool idea. Like, genuinely. Oh, first Great Western. Hello. With the branding patch. Very nice. Right. So, we are going to explore Windsor and Eton Central, of course. I haven't been on the Windsor and Eton Central branch that much. I've only been on it once. Once to Windsor and once from Windsor. But it wasn't too long ago, so the details are fresh in my memory, which is nice. We're basically going about the branches in the order which I know the best. Start off with Marlow, then Windsor, and then Henley. I've never been on the Henley branch, ever. Never ever. So it's the one, of course, I'm least familiar with. So yeah, we have a little spur line there. I wonder if that's for train storage. Anyway, yeah. If you want to do something quick in TSW, then this would honestly be a brilliant service to do, because it's only 20 minutes for a full round trip. And if you just want to go from A to B, from Slough to Windsor or vice versa, it only takes like 8 minutes, which is, yeah. The only end-to-end service in-game that's shorter than that is the Windsor, the run to from Cardiff Queen Street to Cardiff Bay on the Cardiff City Network route. If you have Just Trains' 2019 timetable, then that service, I believe, utilizes the Pacer. Yeah, coming up on the M25. Yeah, how's the performance? Still like 57, 59 FPS with barely nary a stutter to see here. Like, I think that's what Johannes has really improved in comparison to Medway. The performance is staggering. Like, genuinely. A TSW6 route running this good in this day and age, like, wow. M25. And wait a minute, if we do have a quick look, I believe there is a realistic road sign. Somewhere around here. What if okay. That's weird. Thought there was one right there, but yeah. The addition of birds just such a neat touch. Yeah. Yeah. Notch 4, 35 mile an hour. Limit coming up. Oh, there's an ambulance. Nice. Nice little greenhouses down here with NPCs in front of them. That's neat. So yeah, basically this whole section of track used to be double track and is also lifted above this very boggy and marshy area. That's realistic. Whoopsie. Break, break, break. Ooh, just barely made it. Woohoo! Yeah. You also have a nice bridge over the Thames. Yeah, because the River Thames is divided into 2 different channels in this section of the river, I think. Pipeline paralleling the river. Got like a little park down there with some benches. Oh, wait a minute. And I do want to point out something real quick. Sorry I keep going into photo mode, but yeah, this is important to point out. This is a pretty low poly model, I will admit. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Hawker Hurricane from the Second World War. And I believe that is there in real life. Also, we have what looks like a funfair complete with a slide. Nice. There is a mastery layer for this route, which we haven't gotten to yet, but I assure you we will get to in just a moment. So yeah, this bridge isn't 100% realistic. Johannes used a stock model that was already in the game, but unfortunately didn't do a custom asset for it. But honestly, they're close enough to where it's not that noticeable, so I'm willing to let it pass. And don't forget, I'm going to do a full review, so I'll probably give you like my thoughts on this. Yeah, so here we go into the massive terminus at Windsor at Eton Central. You can tell it's built for more than just one track. Also, note the presence of Windsor Castle over there. Very nice. You'll also note that this route doesn't include the Greenford branch. But our Heathrow branches, those lines didn't have self-contained running in this time period. Still don't have. Greenford didn't have self-contained running in this time period. Oh, I just got TPWS. Whoops! I totally forgot about the 8-mile-an-hour restriction. Whoopsie-daisy. Put you into emergency, reverse forward, master key off, switch you off, tail lights on. Come on, there we go. So yeah, we're now ready to continue. Oh, I do need to wait for the surface to change over before. Oh. Okay. Please, platinum medal. Thank you, phew. Return to free roam. 0858. Okay. Right. Just leave the trade for a bit. We'll come back in a minute. Having this amount of NPCs is realistic. This branch is quite heavily used in real life. Yeah. Me getting TPWS is pretty funny. Also note the presence of contactless tap cards, which beep when you click them. Also, this whole foyer back here is modeled, but we can't access it, unfortunately. Note this empty bay right here. Normally, this is occupied by the replica of a GWER Achilles class locomotive from the mid-19th century. Unfortunately, it's not there, but it will be there if you complete the mastery. That is the mastery layer for this route, and I will be getting the mastery as soon as I can, but yeah, I haven't gotten it yet. No, get out of the way, stupid NPCs. I'm just feeling like a right proper chump for getting TPWS like that. Guess I'm haven't practiced it enough on this route yet. And headlights and instrument lights, and can't do GSMR yet, can we? I'll try backing her up the old-fashioned way. And this time I remembered to turn off the master key. Yeah, the destination display still changes itself automatically like on the older Great Western Express turbo networkers. Alright, now we're more realistically positioned. Goes into neutral. Don't have a signal, so no need for DRA. And let's turn on the GSMR. Hello, mate. Yeah. Like, if you want to do something with a quick turnaround, then this route is the way to go. Also, I think... Yeah, there's... Oh, boy! Yeah, I don't think we were meant to look at that. What in the busted terrain? My word. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the scenery which is my main bugbear with this route so far. Genuinely. It just seems a bit broken in many respects. We also have the lift here and stairs. That's realistic. Yeah, and also having a big terminus building. That looks pretty nice. Apart from the terrain issues, but yeah. Just a bit of a shame this station got scaled back so much. You know, but hey, getting to do this run is a lot of fun. Right, 30 seconds till we're clear to go. Yeah, also these lights now operate realistically rather than just blue all the time like in the old turbo networker. You can remove the seat from under this guy's rear and he doesn't even care. Wow. Alright. Let's get ready to punch it up to 15 mile an hour. Getting TPWS is honestly pretty funny. Next stop, Slough. we have any NPCs in the train? No, we don't. Of course we... Oh, we do have a few, but they're all in the rear carriage. Sorry about that. Two miles to go. Oh, hello. Well, there's NPCs walking along. I hadn't noticed that before. Accelerated a little bit too early, but we were able to catch it in time. Up to 35 miles an hour and then up to 50. Yeah. This will probably be one of the more enjoyable services to do because it's a direct end-to-end run with no extra stops in between. It's something you can knock out in 20 minutes. If you don't have a lot of time for another service, it's something you can do. And it's even more crucially, it's an end-to-end run, so we don't have to, you know, worry about, seeing the AI drive off into the distance off the map as we wave it goodbye. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to really love about Thames Valley branches. They're all self-contained end-to-end runs that take less than half an hour. All of them. Up to 50 miles an hour. Speed. Yeah. And all of the Trains in World 6 features work. And now... Wait a minute. I didn't hear the announcements on the Windsor branch, did I? And I haven't heard him leaving Windsor either. Okay. Something else to chalk up. Announcements on the Windsor branch don't seem to work. But they were working in the previous stream, which is interesting. Well, there's an NPC walking along that old path there. And there's rail singing. So yeah, all the TSW6 features are here in force, rail singing. Announcements seem are working on the Marlow branch, but not on the Windsor branch, interestingly enough. Then, from what I've been able to tell, then train faults also supposed to work, and temporary speed restrictions too, though I haven't encountered any of those yet because I've set their frequency to low. It'd be pretty cool to walk along. Hang on. Is it here where it's the sign? Oh yes, here's the motorway. I must have just encountered an A road earlier, which I didn't know. Note the presence of a realistic motorway sign. Junction 6 for Slough Central and Windsor. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, and we'll also have a TPWS that trips at 8 miles an hour at Slough, so I'll have to avoid being a dingus and slow down in time. Though, yeah, So far, I give this route a 7 out of 10. Good rolling stock. Good performance. Decent foliage, but yeah, terrain is definitely the thing that needs to be worked on the most. Because, yeah. And the token system works, which is nice. Yeah, like for doing, and yeah, I think the performance is the main, and the foliage are like the two main things about this route, which I like. So far.
We are now approaching Slough, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling the Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
Yeah. So the announcements seem to only work when you're approaching Slough. I have to go back and have a look at my footage. Did they work for Windsor and Eton Central? I'll probably have a million people leaping down into the comments and saying, "Oh no, they weren't working at all. They were actually working when we arrived at Windsor. I just wasn't listening to them properly." And you're probably right. I probably did get that wrong. Yeah, I don't. Why is that class 20 there? Seems like a bit of a weird thing to do. Alright, there we go. I think the physics on the 165 feel more realistic. The brakes are taking longer to release, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Next up will be the Henley branch. Yeah, we're going to stop in time. I don't want to get TPWS again. That was very embarrassing. That was really, really embarrassing. Alright, easy does it. Nice. That's the route hop marker over to GWE. Put the tail lights on because yeah, this train terminates here. Yeah, another thing will be the improved autumn colors, which we'll take a look at in on the Henley branch. I'll change the time of year to autumn. Alright, another platinum medal. So right, everyone, I will see you over on the Henley branch. Right, everyone, here we are at Twyford. Oh, wrong button, there we go. Twyford, yeah, basically unchanged from Great Western Express. And yeah, we're running the service up to Henley. So yeah, let's jump in. Master key, reverser. Unlock the doors. Safety, safety, headlights, AWS. Just wait until you are good to go. There we go. And turn on the instrument lights. You're a green signal, so we don't have to worry about... Yeah. So our stops are Twyford, Wargrave, Shiplake, Henley. The NPCs, yeah. The NPCs have shorter legs than I do. These seats are so tight, my knees bang up against the back of those seats. GWR map pixelated? Yeah, a little bit, but you can still tell what it is, what is on it. Ow. I just banged my foot by accident. Yeah, also, oh, another thing. Fan noises. Which is really neat. I like that. Henley on Thames is set on the destination display. Straight up to 25 miles an hour. Next up, Wargrave. Let's see if this branch performs any better. Yeah, like
The next
pretty
station
solid.
is Wargrave. This is a Great Western Railway service to Henley.
This route is pretty short, only 13 miles of track in total across all three branch lines, but honestly, considering it's the same price as the Island Line 2022 route at full price, I'd honestly say this is worth it, even at the moment with especially some terrain related issues. On PC, I can recommend this. On console, I cannot recommend this because people have been having problems with crashing, and there's some weird looking textures that they've been having issues with. So, yeah, hold off on console until it's gotten a couple of patches behind it. So, yeah. As I said, I will be producing a dedicated review on this route, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a bit, just before you say anything, before I can get the review out, because I have to research it, I have to put it together, I have to edit it. It's a pain to do them, but I think it's worth it. Also note the crops on the side. That's another of the things. Also note the accentuated autumnal colors. That's also a feature that was introduced with this route. Go like notch 1 just to hold speed. Yeah, like this. I think the route's main attractor is the performance. Like, I was a bit worried because on console people have been getting 30 to 45 FPS most of the time, but holy moly, Johannes did something to juice this route's performance, and I think it's called performance. I think he called it performance profiling, whatever that means. He basically, he basically went into the nitty gritty of what was causing. Wait a minute. Whoa. That's really obvious from the train. What on earth is that? Come on, Johannes. Ugh.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Yeah. Running these branches in the Class 70, that's going to be a lot of fun. Whoops, I think I might have left the braking too late. But, yeah. This unit does clum and clutch with the brakes, so... Bit of an overshoot, but we're good.
Do not try to board or leave the Great Western Railway service to Henley on Thames.
I opened the doors. Oh, they just take a minute.
Henley Ship Lake.
Why are you lot just standing around like Muppets? Ugh. Yeah, the NPCs on any route are borked, but I think these are more... Oh, now you're coming to board the train. Okay, never mind. I retract my statement. This is a decent route. Like, is it perfect? By no means. But on PC, can I recommend it 100%? On consoles, less so until the crashing issues and lower frame rate issues have been resolved. Which should take like at least a couple of patches. But once they do sort that out, I'll be able to highly recommend this on console too. But left it a bit too late. Maximum beans to Ship Lake, and we do have a 30 limit kicking in, so I will have to be careful.
The next station is Ship Lake. This is a Great Western Railway service to Henley on
Whoops. The announcements coming into Windsor need to be sorted out. The terrain needs to be fixed, and that's basically it that I can think of at the moment on PC. But yeah, consoles definitely. The console version of this definitely needs a bit of love. Alright, easy does it. Yeah. Doing the rail tour across this bridge at 10 miles an hour is certainly going to be interesting. Very nice bridge though. Very nice indeed. And we're clear back up to 50 mile an hour. I think I'm going to be running up and down all of these branch lines, like, a lot. Especially the Marlow branch, because, yeah, as I've said, I have a deep personal connection to the Marlow branch. But, yeah, I think I'm going to be running down all of them a lot.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Right. Yeah, also I like how the foliage intersects the track, because, yeah, the foliage does, like, going around the track quite a bit, so, yeah. Also the parallax interiors are pretty cool. That's something like what Euro Truck Simulator does to try and provide 3D interiors without murdering frame rates by actually modeling them in 3 dimensions. I'm surprised a developer in TSW hasn't done it before, but yeah, I'm glad someone got around to it. So yeah, the Henley branch used to be 2 branches, 2 lines, but unfortunately, the good old the beaching cuts, one of the things that yeah, the beaching cuts really impacted these lines, sadly, but hey. 10 seconds late, but who cares?
Not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closed.
Hang on, I just want to take a look. Yeah, like, look at those parallax interiors. That's so cool. Anyway, what's this sign say? Stop, wait for white light, and whistle before proceeding. Aight. So yeah, we've got the white light already. Yeah, next stop is Henley. Next stop, Henley in 2 miles.
The next station is Henley on Thames. This is a Great Western Railway service to Henley on Thames.
The engine sounds are pretty much spot on. Even before the Great Western Express got remastered, the engine sounds on the turbo networkers were pretty spot on. The horn is a bit weird, but hey, it does the job, and it's close enough to the real thing. Oh, hello, more broken terrain. Yeah, it's the broken terrain which really takes me out of the immersion on this route, 100%. I think the Marlow branch is definitely going to be the most operationally interesting because you have to reverse at Marlow, and also you can operate the token system. Oh wow, it's a 50 limit all the way into Henley. I just have to worry about getting TPWS'd. Birds. There are emergency vehicle sirens in-game, so I don't know if you can hear that. Don't know if that's in real life or in the game. That's pretty funny. Try and stay at... Try and stay at high speed as fast as possible.
Henley on Thames, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
Nice. Henley on Thames, ladies and gentlemen. There is a scenario where you run a regatta train with there's a custom NPCs. There's even, yeah, like rowing boats in the river. It's pretty cool. 11, 10, 9, 8. Launch 1 should be enough to maintain the speed. There we go. Might be accelerating, I don't know. Just have to stay under 8 miles an hour to avoid getting TPWS, which is not something we want to do. So yeah, here's what the Henley area looks like, even a little playground, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Alright, here we are. End of the Henley branch. Yeah. Is this route a bit constricted in terms of what is possible to do? Yes. But is it still fun nonetheless? And I think it's good value for money at the moment on PC? Yes. Bit of weird terrain next to the platform there. Alright, welcome to Henley. Do use the drone camera just so it doesn't glitch. Ooh, I need to get you at some point. Yeah. I'm quite busy over the next couple of weeks. I don't know if I'll be able to... I don't know how long it'll take for me to get the review out on this line. It'll probably be a while, I'll be honest. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it done. Wow, that guy really made it out at the last minute. Anyway, another platinum medal in the kitty. So yeah, that'll be all for this video, everyone. Let me know what you think of this route down in the comment section. I'm pretty impressed. Like, it's decent. It's just that the terrain needs some fixing. Extra foliage needs to be added in certain spots, and yeah, yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I'd say this is a pretty decent route. So yeah, that'll be all for this video, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and also don't forget to join my Discord server. It's free for anyone to join. And also, if you can afford it, please do become a channel member. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.